Hello. Okay. We're learning halacha, and we are in the midst of Seif Lamed Aleph. So we said that being that starting Avodas Hashem, getting into Avodas Hashem is an aspect of birth, and Amalek is the thing that wants to hold back the birth, because Amalek is the anti-Avodas Hashem. So the Avodah Kaviyachol of Amalek is Kisha Helada. More than that, this is in principle by every person, but even more than that, when a new baby is born, mamish, every single baby that is born is it's a gilui chadash, it's a new gilui of the kavod of Kodesh Baruch Hu. Because we said that the presence of Kodesh Baruch Hu increases in this world by the I think that we need to lift this a little bit out. No, not the whole thing. The whole thing doesn't help. That we shift the angle because we care. I don't want why should I look at things this way? Every single asaga that the person is Maseh Kodesh Baruch Hu means that you quote unquote entrap halochos in this world. You bring down halochos in this world, and once the halochos is revealed in this world, it is here to stay. It brings the world closer to the final tikkun. So every neshama that is being born is a new asaga of Avodas Hashem, which is the anti-Amalek action. So that's the reason why Amalek fights this at the birth of every single new Jewish soul, which is
that's right.
Yeah, because the whole thing is in Yitzias Mitzrayim. Yitzias Mitzrayim is a birth. So Amalek, immediately attacks that. Paroi is the Bechor, then comes Amalek, and she's the. Everything is to fight this Iyun of Gilui, of the relation of Kodesh Baruch Hu in this world. That's his job. When there's a new nefesh that is coming, since every single new nefesh is a new seichel, is a new hasaga in knowing Kodesh Baruch Hu. The galos u'monoso yisborach yesa ba'olam, to reveal the emunah of Kodesh Baruch Hu in the world more and more. As dor ledor shebach masecha. This is for generation to generation will praise your deeds. In other words, every generation, reveals the deeds and praises them. By the way, that's the way, of course, that this inof shevach, that this praises that you praise the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Because that this is especially true by when Baal Tshuva comes, or people that get their Yiddishkeit challenged. So there's a thought that can enter the mind of where is this praising business? What the Kodesh wants me to praise him? What does he get out of it? What does he need this for? The answer is that the praises are the outcome of their saga, the awareness of the greatness of Kodesh Baruch Hu, which means that the greatness of Kodesh Baruch Hu was revealed in this world to a person. So through the Haidah, and so the praise actually constitutes the congealment, so to speak, of the asaga, the awareness of a person, of the Groiskeit of Kadosh Baruch Hu, of the greatness of Kadosh Baruch Hu. This brings halachos into this world. When a person becomes aware of Kadosh Baruch Hu, we said, a person's thinking is a receptacle for halachos. Or chas v'chalila, if what a person thinks is not good, it's something that's going to kaviyachol mechas halachos from this world. That's why kedushas hamachshava is such an important thing, which is what we're going to by the way. Why you go to tzaddikim is you go to attain kedushas hamachshava, because that's how you bring control in the world. The melech hasul ben hotem, the king that is jailed in the straps of the mind. That's how you prepare. You prepare the house for Kadosh Baruch Hu. So the praises that are bring about for the Hasoga of Hashem, and they are magna, the Shekhinah in the world, which is what the Kadosh Baruch Hu built the world for. I mean, vis-a-vis the greatness of Kadosh Baruch Hu, all the praises that we can possibly give him is a joke. It's a joke. We said it many times. It's not even an iota should be iota that kindergarten children will say to Einstein or to Hawking, "Wow, you can read without the goodness. This is like great. You're such a genius." I mean, and compared to what he is, it's like it's an insult. It's not a praise. Without any kind of relationship, there's a Kodesh Baruch Hu. And the Shamayim B'Shmei Shamayim Lo Yachal Kaluka. The heavens cannot contain you. I mean, what are the praises? The praises are shtiyot, they're nonsense. As Rabbeinu said, that when you come to compare the greatness of Kodesh Baruch Hu, I mean, all the shvachim that we can give him is an insult. That's what David HaMelech says, L'chad dumi atahilo. To you, silence is the only befitting praise. Because everything that you can say is an insult. It's because what can you say? You're great, you're good, you're this, you're that. You can be defined, because we're going to be defined. But through the praises, the Kadosh Baruch Hu gave us the reshus to praise. So through the praises, we can perceive Him. We can become aware of Him, and when we become aware of Him, then the Kadosh Baruch Hu has a Shekhinah. But Tachtonim, the Kadosh Baruch Hu has a Shekhinah in this world, which is the Tachas of Bria. That's why we say the Kadosh Baruch Hu has Nachas Ruach from the Rabbanos, has Nachas Ruach from the Shvachim, because what? This is he has Yachas Shanas Aretzoina. The Ratzon of Kadosh Baruch Hu is, because the word of Kadosh Baruch Hu is that the halochos will be revealed in this world. That's his Ratzon. That's what he created the world for. To bestow his goodness. So give us reshus to call him by name and to praise him. And with this, to quote unquote, take a snapshot of halochos bringing in this world, which is Gilui Shechina, which is the. So Mimele, the minute this happens, then immediately the filth of Amalek, gets up against it. That's the filth of the nachash, of the snake. And he wants to chas v'chalila hold back the birth. Once it filters down, it becomes the essence of difficulty of giving birth. Because the main problem in because the ikar problem in giving birth is through the zomas halochos. This is through the filth of the nochos. Shuchet adam arishon. Where do we find? What's the reason why a woman has problems during birth? Right after the nachash, this is the nachash. Kodesh Baruch Hu says, "Be'etzav tel dibanim." Right? You have problem giving birth. So you see that giving birth is an immediate toitzah, immediate result of the nachash, of the filth of the nachash. וזה שכוסף רבינו ז"ל, זה רבינו says, שמזמור לטוידו, מסודו למוקשה לילד, למותה בשבילו. Rabbeinu said that mizmor l'soido is very auspicious to say when a woman is giving birth. You keep on saying mizmor l'toido again and again. It has never failed. You know that by the time I come to the hospital, when my child was born, and I would say the tefillah, I would say the Torah, and Likutei Halachos Rabbeinu says that. And then I would say the Torah, Likutei Halachos, and then Torah 3 and then I would say the tefillah, Likutei Tefillahs, and I would just sit there and say Mizmor Torah again and again. By the third time, usually the most, she would give birth. Boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom, as they say. Well, some of them say. All right. So I'm very funny. All right. כי מזמור התורה מדבר באמונה, מזמור התורה speaks of אמונה, כמו שכוסף שם זה says, ותדעו כי השם הוא אלוקים. Now you should know that Hashem is אלוקים, is one thing. ומסיים at the end of the mitzvah, דור ודור אמונוסו, and for generation to generation, for all generations is his emunah. Because emunah is strengthening and is fortifying and is renewed from one generation to the next. At least through the renewal of the neshamas that come into the world. These are new minds. In knowledge and realization of the lakus of Kadosh Baruch Hu. This is how you cancel out, difficulties in giving birth. Because the main tool, the main weapon to cancel out, to blot out, the barriers, the hold back the birth, is emunah, it's the opposite. That's why when a woman is having trouble giving birth, so Israel, Amarabe betfilo, they daven a lot, they pray a lot. The tefillah is the essence of emunah. This cancels out the difficulties of giving birth. That comes from Amalek, because the whole business of Amalek is to stave off revelation of Emunah in the world. That's the reason why this for the sanctity of the firstborn. That's the main oilah. That's the first birth. That's the main. Until then, the woman was not. She wasn't a mother yet. She wasn't a keli. She wasn't a keli to give birth. Once she gives birth, that's a whole different kind of ballgame. She's masudol.
She's a mother now.
She's a mother now. So a mother gives birth. But beforehand, she wasn't a mother. Even though she was carrying a baby, it was still ibor. It wasn't yet big gilo. There was not yet the revelation of it. So that is the time when the Amalek, is putting up the greatest fight. That's why not only during the birth, but also after. So that's the reason why you have to be mekadosh the bechor. You have to sanctify the bechor. But how do you do this? By you're giving it to the kohen. You're mekadosh to the tzaddik. This is how you cancel out the bechol sitracha. Shu b'chinas hamolek. This is the essence of hamolek. Zeu milchoma el Hashem hamolek midor dor. It means there's a war to Hashem in hamolek from generation to generation. You can see that whenever we're talking about hamolek, we're talking about a generational continuity, a process that happens from one generation to the next. So Emunah is Lodia L'Dor V'Dor Emunah Osoi, to announce from one generation to the next Hashem's Emunah. Minei Milchoma L'Hashem B'Amolek L'Dor V'Dor. So the fight that Hashem has with Amalek is from generation to generation, because the proliferation of the generations is the Gilui Emunah. Amalek is the anti-Emunah. So, and the main struggle in this world is only Emunah. The main struggle in this world is only Emunah. We said it a few times before. We've said it a few times before that main cherpa, main shame in this world comes from when a person does something that he shouldn't do. Anything that a person passes in this life, anything that is not megiah to shame, a person can overcome with emunah. Absolutely everything. With emunah, a person can overcome everything. You can see, nobody from Israel that, there were tzaddikim that went over the Holocaust, that lost absolutely everybody and everything. The Klosenberger Rebbe lost a wife with 11 children. It's like everything was lost. With emunah, you can overcome everything. But the one thing you cannot overcome is cherpa, shame. Cherpa shover liebe, David HaMelech says. Shame breaks a person apart. Forget, when you have emunah, anything that comes your way can become a tool for growth. It's not bechina, even the goyim know that. Everything that doesn't break you, makes you stronger. The point is, how can you take anything that doesn't, how can you prevent things from breaking you? Through emunah, that's it. Emunah b'chlal, just believe in the Kadosh Baruch Hu, that the Kadosh Baruch Hu knows what He's doing, everything's a teva, and it will help, everything will, will be the way it's supposed to be, it will be solved and everything else. Once you have this emunah, we already said it, it's a dogma, that it's an example that I gave a gazillion times before. A needle prick, when it's without reason, is terrifying. When it's for a reason, for blood test, it's no big deal, it's a little tip and finished. In fact, you even feel good about yourself, that, hey, I was willing to suffer in order to do something good. So when there's a reason for something, it's no problem. But when shame enters the picture, then it becomes devastating. Shame is devastating. The only thing you can do is, the Rebbe Rabeinu says, you have to mikasher your das to your heart, and the kuda that is shaykh to you in this time. Deal with it. Reveal it. After they open. Yeah. When you're shattered, find out what is the nikuda of shame here. Bring it out. Find out what's the story with that. Find out what can you do about this. But you see, people don't realize that are all tempted to keep on doing things for the sake of expediency. I need it right now. I need it now. I'm in great need. I'm in distress. Whatever. So therefore, you cut the corner. What people don't realize is that the minute that you cut the corner, that you do something that you do not agree with, between you and yourself, nobody else is around, nobody sees you. No, just you, between you and yourself. You do something that you don't agree with, now you have to hold yourself up. Like, when you're holding you have a chair, you're having a chair, when you hold it up like that, when you pick it up, it doesn't feel like anything, right? But the longer you hold it, it suddenly becomes heavy, right? What happens if you take two chairs? And it's okay, here, another chair. And you hold up two chairs, And the point is that three chairs. As long as you don't let those chairs down, or you don't let that thing down, you keep on carrying it. Now the thing is that the person by nature, each one of course is different, but the person by nature has a tremendous amount of wherewithal, of emotional strength to carry a lot, really to go through a lot. Especially when you have a magna, you can go through anything. But when you do something you disagree with, suddenly you're carrying on excess weight. Eventually, and it saps from your koach. It saps from your energy. If your emotional energy, it saps, it takes it out. People call it stress, people call it this, people call it that, whatever it is, it's one and the same. It saps it out from you, and eventually, it tires you down. And when it tires you down, your entire existence is in pain. Physically too. Because the emotional koach, is giving and taking from the body itself. So the minute, a greater and greater amount of emotional strength, is held over by holding up the chairs, holding up the weight of the things that you do that you're ashamed of. In fact, that's why the Rebbe says that the Ikar Tshuva is Yishma B'Zion or Idam V'Yishtak. And the person should hear his B'Zion and should keep quiet. What does it mean should keep quiet? The person should know what's the keeping quiet doing here? Because the person should know that what the B'Zion has to come to him is because of his Averis. And in fact, when the shame is revealed, you're becoming free. You don't have to carry it anymore.
That's revealed between you and a Kodesh Baruch Hu.
Anyway.
You just speak to yourself about it and say, okay.
You can do it the good way or the bad way. But if you do it the good way, then the bad way doesn't have to come. You just deal lemata and deal lemala. If you yourself admonish yourself for the wrong that you do, if you spend time every day making these regulations and checking out what it is that you do and how it is that you do it, what are you doing, what you're not doing, what you're doing is you unburden. You put down the chairs every single day. That was the sod of the korbanos in Beis Hamikdash. And they said that the Talmud Shel Boiker is mechaper on the affairs of the night, and the Talmud Shel Ben Arbaim is mechaper common of the day, or of the affairs of the day, which means it's v'ha'am hashochem b'toicho nesu'ova, and the people that dwell in the country during the time of Kavonas, nesu'ova is clean from that weight of affairs, of sin. The Rebbe says that the one thing that Am Yisrael cannot carry, the Shumpani Varefen, is the cargo of affairs. This is totally impossible. This is something that they cannot do.
So how could it, people that don't do this, they don't?
They taka break down. They break down. They wear down. They get, there's attrition going on. You know, there's so the only union of his chadshus is through this particular that you shed off you this excess weight.
So this is why a mother comes and tells you, don't dive in, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But that's nonsense. You're talking to the air.
Whatever. Yeah, absolutely.
He's trying to block you from doing that.
Absolutely. So this is why you have to be machnia the bechor of Amalek by being mekadosh the bechor. You know, to bring up the it's a seesaw. You know, either bechor of Amalek is standing up, or the bechor of Israel is on the rise. It's like a seesaw. It has to be this or that. It can't be. You know, they can't both be together at the same time. So by giving the bechor to the kohen, you're mekadosh bechor Israel, and mimela you're machnia the bechor of Amalek. That's why he says, that's why you have to sanctify the Bechor to give it to the Kohen. Give it to the Kohen. This is how you break down the Bechor Sitracha. Shu b'chinas Amalek. V'zeu milchama l'Hashem Amalek midor dor. It's a war. Hashem wages war on Amalek from one generation to the next. Midor dor, dafka, from generation to generation. Because Amalek gets up again and instigates again anew from every generation. Because the Amalek is, as Rebbe Nosson says in Torah Aleph, is a king that is old and foolish. What does it mean that it's foolish? It doesn't mean that it's stupid. It means it's foolish that it does not want the renewal of the Moichin. Because the renewal of the Moichin doesn't mean the renewal of the Moichin that we're talking about here is not, I mean, on a personal level, is not a matter of quantity. It's not a quantity measure, it's a quality measure. Meaning, what you need over here is this chadshus, the renewal. So, I mean, a person can be so stupid that if there was a stupidity contest, he would come in second. You know why only second? Because he's stupid. All right? I mean, it's like, he can be so stupid, he can't even win a stupidity contest. Doesn't matter. The minute that you are amassing a little bit, this is called Chocham Amiti. This is a true Chocham. That's why, when, you know, the Zohar says, Kadosh Baruch Hu Yariv Chochma L'Chakimin. Kadosh Baruch Hu gives Chochma to those that are wise. So Rebbe Nosson asked Rabbeinu, so what would the Tipshim do? What would the fools do? So Rabbeinu says that such a Chocham, that the Zohar says that Kadosh Baruch Hu gives them Chochma, every Yid can be. It's not an IQ test. It's an attitude test. Look for Kodesh Baruch Hu where you are. Because each and every one of us represents a very specific place in the world. The way that you perceive HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Never has there been, never will there be anybody the right way you are, except for you. You have an opportunity to capture a saga on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is totally unique and indispensable in the completion of the Bria. From the creation of the world until after Tchias HaMesim, until the Yom HaDin HaGadol VaNor and everything, until the end, the whole thing is not complete without you. And whenever it is that you strive for Kedusha, you capture a Sagas Halochos. You capture Sagas Halochos. You bring in an influx of Halochos into the world, which is unequaled and cannot be equal by anybody at any time, ever, before or after you. I think it's pretty exciting. Did you know that that's special? No. I know you. You think, nah. This is true about everybody else except for me. You know, Kadosh Baruch Hu knows what he's doing by everybody, but by me, it was out for lunch when I was created. It's not a cognitive thought. You know, it's not a conscious thought. You know, it's a feeling that you get. All right, okay. You know, these are nice words. Wow. You know, it's not pep talk, but I'm still the same bum I always used to be. That's a Moloch speaking. This is a Moloch speak. You are a Das Chadash. You are a total new awareness because you're you. Kadosh Baruch Hu already has a Moshe Rabeinu. He doesn't need you to be a Moshe Rabeinu. Kadosh Baruch Hu has Aaron Cohen. He has Rebbe Kiva. He had the Satmar Rebbe. He had the Lubavitcher Rebbe. He had Rabbeinu. He already had. He doesn't need you to be any of them. He needs you to be you. It's not because just that he places a demand on you. That, oh, I can believe I have responsibility. It's not just that. It's, you are a unique snapshot of the Gdul of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's nobody else ever, you know, before or after, will ever see out of your eyes. You're the only one. And it's not a small thing. You're bringing in the Likus into the world. A Moloch will fight this tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. That's why a Moloch is somebody that brings, is the progenitor of kfira, of heresy. It disbelieves in the renewal of the world. That's the source of all renewal. The renewal of the world, the creation of the world, is the source of all renewal. The renewal of all the minds, of all the intellect. That Kadosh Baruch Hu, in His goodness and kindness, renews every single day the act of Bereshis, of creation. That's why first the very beginning starts from giving birth. Sanctify to me every single bechol. Because the birth is the renewal of the moichen and the chiyus. This is the essence of film, to renew his moich and his chayas every single day. To begin with Hashem every single day and no. Up to here, Likutei Halachos for today. We shall continue on Sunday.